Hello everybody, in today's challenge I am going to see if I can beat Wildfrost without adding any items to my deck. Before I hop into the run, I'd like to go over the rules. Obviously, no items are allowed. I'm also going to be banning clunkers since they fall into the same category and in spirit kind of act like items. Companions that add items to your hand like the baker are fine because they themselves are not an item. The only companion that I am banning is Snoffel because he is ridiculously overpowered in any scenario that you put him in. And he also causes games to last an extremely long time. And I know you don't want to watch that and I don't want to sit through that, so I'm just banning him. For the deck, I think I'm going Shade deck for this first run. And our heroes. Generally, you want high health heroes because they won't really be doing much in terms of damage in the late game. I am going to be taking Zal because Frenzy is pretty decent early. There is an argument to take Binku because he applies ink, and ink is really powerful because it can nullify the main threat in the final boss and allow you to move your cards around, which really helps late game. However, I think I'm just going to go Loki since he's my favorite pet. And I chose this deck in particular because I think the starting items are the best out of any deck. Junjun Mask can be used to tank hits. Being able to summon Junjuns is really powerful even in the late game. Blizzard Bottle is, in my opinion, the best freeze item in the game out of any deck. Berry Bell's pretty good with healing, but since it has Barrage, it allows it to synergize really well with certain charms like the Snow Charm and be able to apply status effects very easily. And in the Sunburst Tattoo, of course, really strong. It does do 1 damage, but since I am playing with the Cursed Crown Bell, I will be able to decrease this down to 0 fairly easily. For this first battle, we do get a Naked Gnome. If we can manage to spare him, we could get him on our team. He's fairly decent whenever you buff him, but it will hurt us in the early game not being able to get as much money. But since we don't really have anything we want to buy from shops, money isn't as important. Can get a fairly easy combo here this turn by killing Lump. And now if we want to keep the Naked Gnome alive, we do have to call the next enemies early. And I am able to get another combo here by activating Loki early. Like so. And then once again we're going to have to call the enemies early, but I can just wait a turn, freeze Lump. Hopefully I can get him in a combo, but I probably won't be able to. Since I have nothing else better to do, I can just heal. Let's call the enemies. The boss is up there, which is quite unfortunate. If I let this play out right now, Zal will kill the Naked Gnome next turn. So I'm actually going to recall Loki so that he can't attack and start damaging the boss. This is really greedy, but I'm going to try to see if I can get away with getting a combo here. And I do. And I do get away with getting that combo. If I only got 3 Tar Blades, I would not be able to kill the boss by the time my Junjun attacks, but since I do, I'm fine. And exiting with 66 gold, that's actually not bad. We get the Naked Gnome. Can't really take any items here, so let's see if we can get anything good. None of these are really that good. Splinter's just awful. Blunky could be decent if I manage to get Nova. It could be used to set up a combo, but that would make early game much harder. And he's completely useless if I do not get Nova. And Egg's decent early game, but isn't very good against the final boss, but don't really have a choice here, so I'm going to take him. Charms will be a large part of the final strategy, so Critical is good, but it's very heavy RNG, so I'm not going to be able to rely on that really. Sacrificing strategies are really strong, but without items, it is going to be really difficult to sacrifice, since not only can we not get consistent summons, but also no items to sacrifice, so pulling a sacrifice strategy off is probably the hardest strategy that you could pull off, unless I could get Munch, but building a strategy around the possibility to get 1 or 2 companions is not a very good idea, so I'm just going to take Demonia here, which is pretty good early game. Go into the next battle. I get none of my companions here, which is pretty bad, but I'm going to try to greed out a large combo here. I will be taking quite a lot of damage, but should be fine. And then yeah, I have to reroll here if I want to get a ×3 combo. And I am unlucky. Whenever I wanted to get items, I don't get any Tar Blades at all, but that's fine. Yeah, place down Demonia first so that I can get Loki and Zal lined up, like so. And then Egg does get activated. And I'm just going to freeze the Frost Stinger since 7 damage is pretty scary. Let's see what I get. Now if I'm lucky here, I could get a ×4 combo. However, that relies on Loki hitting the Mimic instead of the Frost Stinger. I'm just gonna go for it anyways. Yeah. And I did get lucky, which is nice. I've been thinking about how I approach this challenge and how to handle it, and one of the biggest roadblocks that I could think of this challenge is not being able to get the Noomlin biscuit. Noomlins are a large part of the game. They essentially allow you to use an item without your turn ending, and if I could get a low enough deck, that would also mean being able to essentially use cards with Noomlins every turn. Normally in runs, I would have an average of 3 or 4 cards, depending on what bells I get, but in this run I will be limited to only having access to 2 Noomlins, which of course will really hurt me. Just really limits the amount of cards that I'm allowed to play. Now my current setup of companions is not good. I'm really lacking any companion that would do well against the final boss. However, I do really want to go to the shop in order to get a crown. The reason I want crowns so bad is in case I get the Noomlin Sunbell, which puts Noomlin on 2 random cards in my deck. If I have a crown, then I can use the crown to manipulate where the Noomlins land. And since I only get 2, what they land on will shape my run. And also I'd also get access to the Charm Merchant. Since I know I'm not going to buy any cards from the shop, I can go be kind of reckless in spending. And I can't even buy anything here because they all leave me with not enough money to buy a crown. Gnome Charm would be really nice, since I don't really have any strategies built up that can actually last to the end game. And since this is my first run, I am just going to gamble and just hope that I don't get the Noomlin Sunbell after the first boss. The Gnome Charm is good with either the Sunburst Tattoo or the Blizzard Bottle. This run isn't going anywhere, so I'm going to be very reckless. Normally I wouldn't do this, but since it's my first run on the challenge, might as well. Going to right away just commit to the Blizzard Bottle. It'll help a lot against this boss. Also going to apply critical to it. Doubt critical will do anything at all, but on to the first boss. Won't really help in the first phase, but it will help greatly in the second. Just gonna use that. It's completely fine hitting the Winter Worm twice. Actually glad it hit that. It wouldn't have done anything at all to the boss. I want to try to kill the enemies aside from the boss as quickly as possible. Yeah, since I know I'm not going to be able to kill it in this cycle. Yeah. Barely did anything to it. I'll place egg down now to start getting damage on it. I do want to kill him before the next attack cycle, so I'm gonna wait to start killing enemies until the gobbler attacks at least once, just to save damage. Yeah, and this turn I get him down to phase 2. Demonia's better than I remember her being in early game, which is nice. Kinda sad how I only got my blizzard bottle once this fight. Now I want to start killing the other enemies since, although it does a very small amount of damage, it still does add up. And also, I do have to get all the enemies on the screen for the fight, because you do lose money if you kill the boss before all the enemies arrive, even though that does sound really counterintuitive. If I'm not careful, this gobbler will become a threat. So I actually want to re-roll, see if I can get the blizzard bottle, since it is very important. And I do. It's great. Now I can use it to freeze these enemies. And that is just exactly the enemies that I wanted to hit. Now I do have to kill him here. Since I can just easily kill him next turn, I can greed out just a bit more money. This does leave my hero with 1 HP, but that's completely fine. I could see if I could get more money out of this fight, but I'm just going to end it now, in case I make a mistake. Hopefully I don't get the Noomlin Bell here, and I do. Let's see what it lands on. Could be worse. I really want a Noomlin on the Blizzard Bottle. Looking at the other bells, Bell of Recall is completely useless. We only have access to 2 Noomlins. Recall is only good if you have at least 3 Noomlins in your deck. And then Sun Bell of Strength does very little in the late game. I could take this crown now and then put it on one of my cards to push the Noomlin off, because I really want Noomlin on the Blizzard Bottle. Now, of course, taking this Cursed Crown, putting on this Tarblade, that is not helpful at all. Seems like the Tarblade was also linked to the Sunburst Tattoo, push that Noomlin off as well. I think I'm going to have to take the Sunburst Tattoo and just put a Cursed Crown on it, because Cursed Crowns will lower the attack to 0. Yeah, I think that's what I have to do. Yeah, I'm gonna commit now. I should have saved my charms to put it on the Sunburst Tattoo instead. But oh well. Since we're not adding any cards to the deck, we only need to find 1 Muncher throughout the course of this run. So I think it's worth it to see if I can get a better companion. Mime Charm's really good. And like none of these are really good with what I have right now. I was kind of hoping, since I got the Mime Charm, that I would get something that was good to activate every turn. The Baker's just useless. Van June normally would be really good, but I don't really have anything to summon. Dreg's pretty good with this, but I don't have any Noomlin on June or a way to get Noomlin on it. And then of course Shin, I don't have anything to damage him without killing him. Sunburst Tattoo does work, but it won't be able to scale him nearly fast enough to what I need. Would have taken him if I waited to put the gnome charm on the card. That's what I get for not waiting. I'll just take Van June. Don't really have anything else. And then of course, have to take the Lumen Goop. It is not possible to beat the game without the Lumen Vase. It's just not. But I have to take that. Good charm, see what I get. This is the one challenge that this charm is not useful in, but okay. And I think I'd take the crown here over another charm. I'm gonna wait to apply the mime charm until after the next fight in case I get another companion. Might as well just apply the crown on the egg, it doesn't really matter. This fight will be extremely difficult to get my way out of for this run. Just gonna do that. Now I don't ever have to worry about him again. Hopefully I get more companions than I do. I want to hit Grumps with temporary attackers. So, quite unfortunate. Yeah. Gonna do that. Just reroll. Have to kill Egg here, or I want to kill him as soon as possible, so I'll just also want to kill Grumps as soon as possible just so I don't have to worry about him again. I have to admit this run is not looking very good. Nothing really to do, I'm just gonna reroll. Pretty nice combo here. Yeah, I really just want to win this fight, but it's not gonna look good in the future. Yeah. Sacrifice the June. Reroll, I don't have anything else better to do. Yeah, I've won this fight. You get a pretty nice combo here. Yep. This fight done. I think I have to go companion here, see if I can get anything to save my run. And I don't really have the money to spend on the charm merchant anyways. None of these are good. I do still have the mime charm. I really don't want mime to land on any of these. However, since I have the sunburst tattoo, Foxy I think would be better to put it on and a naked gnome. So I'm going to take him. Have him sit out this one. Might want to switch Loki out for Van June, since I already have something to apply as Demonize, and go next. I'm gonna wait one turn to place Van June down so that it's able to immediately activate on Dreg. And then I'm going to damage the egg a little bit, just so that it can go down whenever the Bigfoot attacks. And now place down Van June. Hopefully I get more companions whenever I reroll. It's the Blizzard bottle. Got extremely unlucky there. But it's fine. I'm gonna use the June mask just to buff the June. It's gonna be 7 damage here. I have to sacrifice Demonia. It's not really gonna be good. There are way too many frets kill you because you're a fret. As well just start targeting stuff. Turn to kill. Might as well just start damaging the woolly Drek. Seems to be biggest threat. Next turn I can use the Sunburst Tattoo. Use the Sunburst Tattoo on you. And reroll. Not gonna make the same mistake as last time and wait to put the Blizzard Bottle on something that's actually dangerous. I can use it now. And it did the same thing. Well, reroll. I want Dreg to attack as much as possible since he's my main damage source. Yeah. Gonna have to sacrifice pretty much everything here. But that is fine. And just preemptively heal. They get a pretty nice combo because of that. I'm just gonna grade out some money because I can. Reroll. And I win this fight. But I am not looking forward to future fights. Get a Muncher. This will help in terms of consistency, but need something better. And I get my Broken Vase. Don't really have anything that I want to put a Cursed Crown on. It's pretty dangerous, but this could be the last crown in the game I get. There's one more chance of a shop, but then I'm stuck with what I get. So I'm gonna take Charms first before making that decision. Barrage Charm. Could be good if I get something to support it. Bite Charm. I desperately need something to save this run, so I'm gonna gamble and go for another charm. Here. Shade Slug. Completely useless. Actually, maybe not entirely. Bite Charm on Egg. Shade Slug will give me another reroll on the Mime Charm. Gonna wait until after this boss to use it though. Let's go into the next boss. Yep. I do immediately get the Blizzard Bottle, and I think I am going to Lumen the Blizzard Bottle. It'll be the most helpful against this boss. Yeah. Keeps hurting. It keeps hitting only the first two enemies. That's actually starting to get a bit confused about my luck. And next turn I'll drop down Fan June. Don't want to deal unnecessary damage. Summon June June. Nothing really to use the Sunburst Tattoo on. Might as well use it on you. Do have to kill this as soon as possible. It is a very big threat. Reroll. You get everything I need. Yeah, I want to kill the Gobbler as soon as possible. I'm actually just gonna use this on Banjun, since I'm likely gonna kill the Gobbler before it's able to attack next. I'm gonna target only this top truffle. Summon stuff to get buffed. Kill the Gobbler before it can attack. And if I heal this Jujun, it will survive. Just barely though. split, that's not a problem. They still have plenty of freeze. And Dreg is my strongest companion right now, so... And I do want to see if I can kill the Pop Shroom, and I can. Let's reroll here. Nothing else I can really do. Can get a pretty nice combo here, since everything's attacking at once. Just put Demonize on a bunch of stuff, doesn't really matter what it goes on. I'm starting to think my Blizzard bottle might be bugged to only hit the first enemy. Let's see what I get. Now, I could use this opportunity to use the Mime Charm with 0 consequence. What's the first hit? Second drag. Second hit? That's the best thing it could have hit. That is insane that that happened. Now, in combination with the Sunburst Tattoo, healing everything by 6 every turn, with the Lumen Vase going up to 12, that is insane. It's actually good that I didn't put Aimless on the Sunburst Tattoo so I could use it consistently every turn. Now my only concern is my leader, because this only heals summon allies, so the Frost Bomber and Frost Lancer will still be a pretty sizable threat. So I'm gonna go the Bell of Health, and between the rest of these, none of them really matter, but Bell of the Bell is pretty good. I'm gonna have a ridiculous amount of money if I decide to go to the final shop. I do have an 8-card hand, which is a bit concerning, but now I can just get Foxy in. I'm also going to put the crown on Foxy because Junjun Mask also works. Now the question here is, do I keep Demonia? Because Demonia right now is just another spot that could be occupied by a Junjun. For this fight I think I do, but for next fights, I don't know. Well, let's just go next. Yep. Now just to see how strong he is. First turn. I do have to be careful not to hit smack back, so just gonna freeze him so that I never have to worry about him. So run all of a sudden looking up, and of course apply Lumen so it becomes even stronger. And look at that, the Recall Bell's actually helping. And I'm only gonna want to drop Egg down whenever I know he's about to die, so... This is insane. And these guys, of course, will just be able to take out anything that appears. So I can freely put down my other companions now. I really don't want to accidentally trigger Smackback, so it's good that there's no Smackback on the bottom row, so it can serve as a safety buffer. And of course, my summons are now strong enough that they never have to worry about Smackback. Yep. I'm gonna wait until next turn to use Sunburst Tattoo so that I don't waste it. Don't want to get into a bad cycle. Actually, I can use it this turn, then the cycle will be better. Yeah. Let's reroll. I do not get the Sunburst Tattoo this time. I'm still very concerned about Smackback. So, just want to take it out before anything unfortunate happens. Reroll. This... I can't believe just, like, one battle ago I was concerned about this run dying, but now like everything is 50 damage. 56. Holy cow. Drake's not even activated yet. And still do have to be careful about Smackback though. Foxy does only have 4 health, that's the only downside. I want to see if I can freeze that Smackback enemy, and I freeze everything except for the Smackback enemy. I want to make sure my hero attacks first. Actually, yeah, I want to make sure my hero attacks first so that I guaranteed don't have to deal with Smackback, and I win this turn, so guaranteed. Yep. And now going on to last section. I get the Muncher and the shop. Okay. Yeah. Pretty much win. And I have so much money I could get free charms from this shop. Get the Zoom Wind charm. I didn't even have to at the Muncher. And I get a Moko charm. Now, of course, we go even further beyond. ×4. Let's go. And of course, crown the Junjun so that I can instantly spam Junjuns. And then place the Zoom Wind charm on the Berry Bell just in case there's a trash charm at the final boss, although I doubt there will be. And now, with Demonia, since Demonia applies Demonize to any enemy hit with an item, since Noomlin is on my Tarblade, I have the Battle Charm and the Pomegranate Charm. Right now, because it does 0 damage, Pomegranate Charm won't work because it has to have at least 2 damage. But with the Battle Charm, I can now put Demonize on every enemy in the row and onto this boss. Yep. Use the Lumen Vase. $19 health, 16 damage. First turn. Might as well just apply it. Or have to put Demonia first. Now I might as well just apply Demonize to everything. Rather not hit the Frost Guardian until I absolutely have to. Then I can first get the Berry Bell out of my hand. Hopefully I can destroy Egg. And I do. Nice. Now... and I could effectively now activate that every turn. This is so good. Well, now I can clear the screen. Like so. Yep. And reroll. Yep. Now, of course, Just want to get through this as quickly as possible. Don't really have to buff anything anymore. Yeah. Got frozen. Bit unfortunate. That's fine. 8 damage isn't that much. And might as well call the rest of the enemies early. A bit unfortunate that there's frontline enemy with smackback. That's fine. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just win this turn anyways. Oh, he survived. He couldn't survive that. I don't think these spells are going to be helpful. Charge is pretty nice. It'll help with setting up a lot. Fellowship will allow me to place Spark Charm on Foxy. Of course, I don't want to add any more companions, but it'll give me a bit more of a buffer, so I think I'm going to take it. Allow me to go even further beyond this run. There's not really anything that I can do, so let's head into the final boss. Starting will be a bit tricky. Trash Charm on the bomber. I think I am going to... This is a bit tricky. This is, of course, the biggest threat. This along with the Frost Lancer with Aimless. If either Foxy or my hero die, I lose, pretty much. I think I'm going to put my hero at the bottom because it's most likely going to survive the longest. Just looking purely at the DPS, if I put my hero at the top, she dies at turn 16. At the bottom, absolute earliest she can die is 18, and she'll probably live for longer than that. But I'm gonna put my Foxy at the top because I could just recall him if the bomber is about to kill Foxy. But of course first I have to summon the Junjun. I want to summon it at the top to protect Foxy because the Frost Crusher is a big threat since it also scales damage. So, and of course just use my Sunburst Tattoo. I do not get a Junjun mask. Might as well just use the Berry Bell just to get it out of my hand. And I want to put a cushion in front of my hero as soon as possible, so I'm just gonna reroll. Hopefully I get the Junjun mask and I got all the items that I wanted. Now this turn I can put down Junjun, get healed a bit, and then next turn I can give it the Lumen Vase, make everything stronger. Now, I do want to kill the Frost Bomber as soon as possible, so this turn I am going to use Egg. Already killed an enemy. I do have to recall Foxy, but first I can use Sunburst Tattoo one more time. Just buff everything a lot. And recall him. This will also activate Egg. And redraw, I want to put down Foxy as soon as I possibly can. Because he has Spark, he'll just immediately trigger. And I want to put down a Junjun this turn to protect against the Aimless. But actually first I'm going to want to get the most value out of this Sunburst Tattoo. Haven't even put down Demonia yet. Might as well just use the Blizzard Bottle since I have a free turn to kill. Didn't hit the Frost Bomber. Means I'm gonna likely have to recall Foxy this turn. Actually, I don't, because Dreg just kills. Yeah, now I never have to worry about that again. Might as well redraw. Have been fairly lucky in how much I get the Sunburst Tattoo, considering I have both Demonia and Junk in my hand. Now Dreg could kill everything on the screen, so I'm just gonna start going towards killing him, or activating him. Now reroll. And this turn I win. Yep. Next game. I got the bug where it moves extremely slowly. That was an awkward ending. You have to say, pretty surprised I was actually able to pull that off. If you like this video, consider subscribing. I am planning to do more challenges like this in the future. I'm also planning to try and do this on the other decks, which will be harder because the starting items aren't as good. So if you have any ideas on what types of challenges or content you would like to see, feel free to leave it in the comments. Until next time, see you.